What is up, guys? My name is BobaTalks and welcome to the video quite a few of you have been waiting for, and at the minute it has become the new annual thing, even though I've done it once before. Will Gotham get Season 5, or will it get renewed? Will it get renewed, and will it be with us again for another season? Now, I wasn't actually going to make this video today, and in fact I was just going to live stream. But I feel like it is time to bring this video out because, I keep getting asked questions about, the Disney takeover and stuff like that. A lot of people seem to not fully understand that, and as a result, they fear for Gotham getting renewed. But then, even if this whole Disney thing wasn't going on anyway, would Gotham get renewed via ratings anyway and stuff like that? So this is my opinion. Now, by all means, this doesn't mean that Gotham will get renewed. It doesn't mean that it's going to get cancelled. But anyway, let's look at the evidence and let's look at a few things that I feel as to why it actually probably, hopefully, will get renewed. So yes, I think Gotham has a good chance of getting renewed. Now, if you asked me last season about Season 4, I think, you know what, I can't even remember what I said about Season 4 getting renewed. But Season 3 wasn't that great up until Jerome's story arc and then the back half of the season. But this season so far has actually been very, very good. Minus the very, very beginning. I think the whole Scarecrow thing was a teeny bit disappointing, but it was still such a step up from last season. There were a few bumps with the Ra's al Ghul storyline, for example, the Barbara romance, but that actually dissipated very quickly, which I was very, very happy about. And ever since they're on out in Gotham Season 4, I feel like it's been kicking ass. Obviously, not every show is perfect. So as already stated, obviously it still had hiccups. But no, seriously, I think Gotham Season 4 has been the best season so far. Or just had like the I don't know, every episode being the better episode than the previous episode kind of situation. Now, however, Gotham has had, I guess what you would say, disappointing ratings this season, and that's also had people worried. But at the same time, it is still one of Fox's best shows. A lot of you are saying, but Boba, does this Disney takeover mean Gotham is getting cancelled because Disney are just going to cancel all the shows and just do their own thing with it, or just turn it into this multimedia or like news network? Forbes actually came out with this really cool article that really kind of actually put forward how there's actually hope for shows like Gotham with this new Disney takeover, because it's not actually clean cut like what you might think. Disney are, buying and have now brought Fox, but not actually in the way you think they have in terms of shows like Gotham. But you may say, but Boba, the Disney are buying 20th Century Fox Television. But the interesting thing is that doesn't mean that they control what the Fox TV network airs itself. It will, however, control what is produced. So the best way I can put this out to you guys is by reading a much narrowed down version that comicbook.com put out from the Forbes article, and I'll read that out to you now. Disney is set to purchase 20th Century Fox Television, but not the Fox TV network itself. This means that Disney wouldn't control what the network airs, but it would determine what programs the actual studio produces. Shows like The Simpsons, Family Guy, The Gifted, Empire, and others are all produced by Fox Television, meaning that Disney would take control of them. So this means for these shows, it could easily clean house, stopping production on many of the studio's original programs. So the exceptions here are obviously the bigger franchises, as Disney knows that The Simpsons, Family Guy, and The Gifted will make them plenty of money. However, jumping to the chase and skipping to the important part, Gotham, along with shows like Lethal Weapon, Lucifer, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, are owned by outside studios. They air on the Fox network, but have no actual ties to the Fox studios. So if Disney chooses to cancel or end most of Fox's original programming, the network will need to lean on the existing programs produced by outside studios in order to keep things moving forward. So a breakdown of that, if you didn't fully get that, is that Disney, even if they decided to cancel all the things that they have on, like The Gifted or, Empire and all those other shows, they would still have to rely on shows like Gotham, which they can't necessarily cancel because it's owned by these outside places to lean on if they really wanted to wipe clean that, all those shows. That would be just mad within itself anyway. I can almost guarantee you, and I'd be very surprised if this happened, to wipe all of these shows of television would be a huge disaster of Disney to do. And that's why Gotham is safe as well, as I've already mentioned. Gotham is like produced by outside studios. So if, for example, they wanted to wipe all the shows, Fox would, TV would still need to keep sailing with shows like Gotham, which are controlled by the outside studios. But, it would be just crazy anyway if Disney were to do that. And the most important thing is, with this whole thing and being finalized now, it's going to take apparently a whole year or so for it to all come together with all the things to fall in place. So all these shows wouldn't get cancelled like that now anyway. So there's a very good chance that Gotham will still get a season 5 at least, even before considering renewal or cancellation because of this whole Disney thing. But even though that said, we've already had it explained to us how, Gotham and shows like Lucifer, which I'm very happy about, even though they're, aired on Fox, the network, they're actually controlled and created by and produced by outside studios like Warner Brothers. So I know that was a bit complicated. I might not have articulated it properly. I hope that you got the gist out of that in terms of this whole Disney side of things. So in my opinion, even if Gotham is looking shaky with ratings or things like that, or you're concerned about this Disney thing, even with this Disney takeover and stuff like that, it would at least get another season, because they wouldn't start cancelling shows until the year after next, like near 2019 or something. So they would have to keep this going for at least another season. And Gotham still being a very, very popular show for the Fox network is very much a thing, and it would be dumb if they cancelled it. But at the same time, this said, a season 5 could well be its last. So in conclusion to this point, guys, what I'm trying to say is, I will introduce other points, which is why I think it will get renewed. I think Gotham will get a season 5. I bloody hope so, but you never know what happens. But season 5 could be its last. But I also want to say a few other points as to why I think season 5 still is going to be a thing. If you guys remember back to season 3, when we were getting all of this stuff about, is Gotham going to get renewed, and even me and other YouTubers were like, I don't know, I hope so. But even the guys themselves were in, behind the scenes, was setting it up, and even felt rushed to an extent of cliffhanger, Bruce standing on top, a few other things falling into place like that, to a point where if it didn't get renewed, we could assume what happens. We already know what happens. Bruce becomes Batman, but it was left at a place where Ra's al Ghul got introduced. Bruce was up on top of the rooftop, so they left it on such a cliffhanger that, it would have been kind of okay. But also with the back half of the season being so much better than the Mad Hatter start of the season, and Jerome really kicked the ratings into gear for that half of the season. That left people wanting a lot more, and this is going to happen again this year. Gotham will leave season 4 on a huge, whopping great big cliffhanger, potentially much bigger than season 3's cliffhanger leading into season 4. And that's being said, even with season 4 currently being way better in my opinion than last season, and we've still got the Jerome stuff to come, but we've still got Batman Year 1, second half of season 4, unfolding ahead of us when it comes back next year, next spring. So now I'm going to read out something fairly interesting that one of the executive producers, Brian Winderbrand, you may remember him, he's the guy who made the Jerome is just Jerome remarks about, the whole thing with the Joker Jerome storyline, but he has said quite a few insightful things into one of my points, being how Gotham will get potentially renewed for a season 5 with this cliffhanger coming up. While we are leaving a lot on the table, there's going to be plenty left for us to put on the table after this season. I mean, we're driving to a really amazing place where, talk about a cliffhanger, it's going to be insane. Right now, our focus is on the characters we have. I mean, we have, I think, the biggest cast on television, and every one of them deserves their own story. I mean, everyone is so good. So right now, we're just trying to figure out the best way to service our cast before we introduce anyone else. And for us, the exciting thing for us is bringing in Jerome, pushing the story forward, and we're certainly going to leave this season in a place where people are going to want a season 5. So this is my main point. I've already answered the whole Disney thing and how I think that's going to be fine. But now, with this similar thingy and conundrum they set up with season 3, and how they are pushing fans to want more with a storyline that kind of leaves you annoyed that you need more, that is quite a way to fuel and get the wheel on the cogs spinning. to get a new season, just like with season 3. And the big wheel, and as much as it is a weird thing to say, because I don't think the show should rely on Jerome, he really is a hype generator, and a lot of people tune in from those episodes forth, just like last year. And normally the second half of the season is always that much better anyway, and people usually stick out and they're like, oh, this actually, you know, might do good if we, you know, get another season. Maybe we should do that. So I think that might be the way it goes. Not only that, guys, I can't remember what article I read it from, but I thought it was this one. But Brian Winterbrand, I believe it was him, goes on to say the reasoning with this cliffhanger is that whatever happens with Jerome and a few events in the back half of the season, is really revolving around Jerome, is going to have such huge ripple effects, like gigantic ripple effects, that will bleed into season 5's storyline, and it will be really leaving the fan wanting more, and really genuinely deserving of a new season to continue that story that we're going to leave off with all these episodes to come yet. So for all these reasons, guys, that is why I think Gotham will get a season 5. And I think I do remember now, I think I said I thought Gotham would get a season 4, and I had people at the time even private messaging me and tweeting me saying, you know, dude, I feel like you may have made that video, but it's probably not going to get the show. Like, trust me, it's not going to happen. But it still happened, and I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying I think the same thing might happen. But what I am saying is Gotham season 5 might be the last season. But even if that is the case, if you would have said that to me a year ago, that we're going to get a season 5, I would have been like, I don't know if I would have believed you, to be honest. But things are really going kick-ass this season. They really are going full circle, which is what I keep using recently. And Gotham has really recovered itself. I think it really just helps the fact that we've had 4 seasons now. Bruce is getting older. We've had a few changes. We've accepted them being, you know, Gotham with its own universe. And you know, still maintaining a lot of canon, but introducing new things like Jerome being like a bit of a backstory for the Joker in a new way, Bruce going out Batman Year 1 style but much earlier, and all these other things. It's really slaying. It really is. And with these episodes to come, just like last year, I think they're going to own, you know, television. I really do. I think it's going to be what a lot of people are talking about. And you could argue, should that really just be because of Jerome? No, but I don't think that is the only reason. It may be a lot of people's reasons, but normally these people who only come into it for that, or may revisit Gotham again, usually continue watching a few episodes after that. So whether that's a hype generator or not, we should be thankful for it anyway. I sure am. And I think the Batman Long Halloween that got mirrored throughout the first half of Gotham season 4 was good. I really liked a lot of it. The mid-season finale was great, and now we're bleeding into the Batman Year 1 theme in the second half, where Bruce is going to get his arse in gear. He's going to suit up again, and things are going to be the way. Well, I think they're just going to, honestly, it's going to be like a domino effect, and it's just going to explode at the end of it. But let me know if you think Gotham is going to get renewed for season 5, or even if you weren't sure, let me know if this video helped you out. As I said, guys, I am not you know, the answer for all of this, so I could be wrong, but I hope this kind of reassured you. Obviously, if I'm wrong, I'm going to be hugely disappointed. Gotham is a great show. It's the thing that helped my channel boost up a lot. We've created an amazing community through it, on this channel, but the community is great in general. And I think everyone deserves it. I know behind the scenes as well, everyone doesn't really know. I mean, you don't know at the minute, but I think, you know, it is going to be okay. Hopefully. Let's cross our fingers and let's see if we get a Gotham season 5. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like on it, as it only takes a second and it really does show your support for the channel. And if you're new to this video, then maybe even consider subscribing. Stay up to date with more videos just like this on everything comic book, nerdy, geeky, and everything good like that, because that is what we love. If you want to stay a little bit more up to date with me personally, you can follow me on social media. The links will be popping up around here or in the description below. And if you're a long-time supporter of this channel, or even a new one, I now have Patreon. So if you want to check out some of the tiers and you want to support the channel a little bit more, be sure to check that link out in the description below, just to support the channel that extra little bit and help fuel the content that I create. But apart from that, guys, I really appreciate the support. I know know videos have been a little bit off recently, but we'll be getting back into it. I've just been super busy. But I hope you enjoyed this video regardless. More videos to come, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.